Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing all right. I had a completely different video for this morning. Listened to a sermon from someone else and got convicted. So the question is, could you describe what kind of person you hope to, want to become? And if you do, can you describe the things that you're doing to become that person? I'm going to reveal to you a little bit later what I gave up for Lent. I have this thing inside of me as I grow older that I know that I am at a fork in the road of what kind of person I'm going to become. Long time ago, I used to be involved in projects and doing kind of like landscaping, flowering up nursing homes. And you'd go inside of a nursing home, and there were two kinds of people. There were those who were very incapacitated, but there was something beautiful about them. Their food wasn't good, their conditions weren't good, they were in a really tough place, but there was light that radiated from them. And then there were other kinds of people, and they were cantankerous and cranky and mean. I won't tell you the specific story, but there was a man in there who would wander around and just let others know how he felt about them. And ever since then, I've always decided that as I grew older, I wanted to become a more beautiful person. Not physically, I can't do anything with this, but on the inside. Jesus said there are children of light and children of darkness. And this is where it gets tough. I am seeing a division in this world, especially our country, that's not left-right. It's not necessarily rich or poor. It's light and darkness. And this is how I see it played out. The children of darkness are the ones who follow the pattern of Rome. It's about might, it's about power, it's about force, it's about domination. It's about, I have the ability and the resources and the will to do what I want to do, to force myself on others, and you can't do anything about it. There is a sad, tragic, unfortunate attraction to just the out of control use of power. Children of darkness. When Jesus came along, he didn't establish a new religion. His purpose wasn't to start this thing that we call Christianity. His purpose was to establish a new morality. And that was to serve, to show compassion, to show kindness, to practice empathy. All through the Old Testament, we see those taught, and yet there's this constant draw toward might makes right. And we use force and power to accomplish our will. And so Jesus took the cross, which we all sang, a symbol of suffering and shame, and by yielding to it, by not choosing to use force and power to exert his will, but to serve, to surrender, turn the cross into a symbol of power, but in a different way. And I can't help but look at our society and our culture now, and we're slipping back into the way of Rome rather than the teachings of Jesus. And it's breaking my heart. And so for Lent, what I gave up in order to help me become a child of light is not responding to controversial posts on social media. And it's been tough. There's always something in the news, someone's always posting something I disagree with. But I found it did something to me to get sucked into those. And so I'm hoping that this period of Lent, not responding to those, will help me grow into the beautiful person that I believe Jesus called us to be. So, this Sunday, in our second book in our Wisdom from Children's books, we're going to look at these two different lifestyles personally. One character is choosing the path of power and domination and might and force because it's nature's way, and the other character choosing a path of generosity and humility and grace and compassion. It's going to be challenging. I want it to be challenging because the world is looking for an alternative to might makes right and the reckless use of power. In the same way that in the time of Jesus, they were looking for more than just a rugged display of reckless power. So it'll be interesting. Join us Sunday as we look at becoming children of light in a world that worships the forces of what Jesus called darkness. So, interesting, right? Have a great rest of the week, a good weekend, and we'll see you Sunday.